Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival and Reforged Eden. I am an old guy gaming, and in this episode, we are going to give our hover vessel an upgrade and go get a bunch of resources. Except for that, I'll probably do most of the resource gathering off camera. So, I spent some time off camera here digging out a tunnel. So let's go ahead and show you what this tunnel does. It goes down to here, and then just like outside, we've got a pit right here. Though I'm not expecting that the enemy will actually get in here, but in case they do, they won't be able to get past this point and up into our camp. Now, this tunnel goes about 100 meters to the south, and then it doglegs to the west for another, I don't know, 20 or so meters. And then what I did was I dug a chute all the way up to the surface. And let's go out and take a look at that. And so what I'm going to do here is when we're ready, what the hell? When we're ready to start the base, which we're getting close, does this have like a bunch of weight in the back, or is the game just being stupid? Rear 2, left rear 2. No, not really. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, if we go about 100 meters almost due south from here, maybe a little bit for, oh, wait, there it is right there. Okay, yeah. So let's pop out and take a look-see. So you can see that the base camp marker is 105 meters that way, and that marker is right about smack dab in the middle of our little cave there. And then we have a hole here, and this hole goes all the way down to that tunnel that I dug. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a core in all the way down at the bottom, and then I'm going to stack blocks on it all the way up to here until, you know, we get to the surface level, and then we'll start building our base. Now, the reason I'm doing that, for those of you who have not watched me play Empyrion before, the reason I'm doing that is because it places the core in a place that the enemy soldiers can't get to, but I can. And now notice, I didn't say the hacker, I said the soldiers. So if the base gets hacked, then what we can do is we can just go down into our tunnel and basically take the core over without being under fire from enemies, assuming, you know, that they don't actually get down there, and they shouldn't be able to. Okay? And so, yeah, that's the plan. I generally set up my bases in Empyrion that way and have for quite some time now. So those of you who do watch me on a regular basis, you know that's pretty much my modus operandi in terms of the core. Now, from what I know of Reforged, the Reforged part of Reforged Eden is the base attacks are much more significant than they are in just, you know, normal vanilla or even just normal Project Eden. And so, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get everything prepped in advance as much as I can before we lay that core down and start placing blocks, because as soon as we do that, it won't be much longer after that the enemy will start coming after us. And so I just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row so we can get the base set up as quickly as possible, get the defenses set up as quickly as possible. Ideally, get the outer part of the base upgraded to armored concrete before the first attack comes. Okay, so that's the plan. And so the next part of that plan, working towards that, is going to be that we need to get our little vessel upgraded, because it's just, you know, it just has the repulsor engines on it. It doesn't have, a controller or extensions. And so it's a pain in the butt, you know, to have to put stuff in the control, you know, all the different containers. But more importantly, you know, it can't carry that much weight before it really bogs down. And so we're going to put some real hover engines on this thing, and we're going to put some thrusters on it, and we're going to take all the storage off and put extensions and a controller and extensions on to replace that. And we're probably going to, you know, rebuild it a little bit too in terms of where the cockpit's located, so that it's a little lower profile than it currently is. So that is the plan, Stan. You know, and I just very quickly, you know, threw this together a few episodes back, of course, and we're basically going to rebuild the whole damn thing. It just needs to be rebuilt. So that is what we're going to do in this episode here. Okay, so let's hop back in there again and level this guy out. He does like to to go back, but he's, you know, he's just ass heavy is all it is. So let's get it all the way on the ground here. We want to keep it running as much as we can because, you know, we have food in the refrigerator, of course. But once we get a base up and running, you know, then we will no longer have to keep this running 24/7. All right, let's go into here. And our food's in actually pretty good shape, but let's just eat some steak and eggs here just to kind of get it topped off. So, you know, we're doing really well in terms of our just general survival. We got plenty of oxygen, we got plenty of food, we can stay warm, radiation's no longer an issue. We've got shelter, you know, in our little cave. So, you know, we're really doing quite well at this point, but, you know, we need, before we can do anything more in terms of achieving our ultimate goal, which is getting the hell out of this system, you know, we've got to get a base going so that we can then set a large constructor down so that we can then start working on a capital vessel. All right. One other thing I wanted to mention too, you guys may notice that I'm not using my webcam because as I was editing the previous episodes, I noticed that the webcam just kept messing up. What would happen is, you know, I'd get it set so it looked okay when I started the recording, but then, you know, halfway through the recording, it would decide, you know, to do its own thing. So I've decided to turn the damn thing off, and what I have done is I've actually purchased a new camera, a DSLR camera. It's a Canon SL3, a pretty nice camera, not the nicest camera I've ever had anyway. I'm not really much of a photographer, but and when I get that, you know, then I'll set that up, and then we should have much improved cam. Okay, so I don't know, you know, that'll probably be a few more days from now. It's December 29th as I'm recording this. So there might be a few episodes between now and then with no webcam, but we'll get it set back up soon. Okay, so enough of that. What we need to do then is we need to go back inside and start making the stuff we need to upgrade this. What's essentially, again, is 4 hover engines. We're going to need an ammo controller. I'm just going to use an ammo controller so that way we can put ammo and everything else on it. Some extensions and some thrusters. And I hope that I have enough materials to do all of that. So let's hop back in. Oh, shit. Sometimes I don't hit that quite right and I fall in my own pit. So let's go check and see if we have everything we need to make all that stuff. We probably do. We have a decent supply of resources, but we're going to need quite a bit more to get our base, our real base set up and get the defenses up and get it upgraded all as quickly as possible. And I'm pretty sure I don't have enough resources to do that if we started doing it right this moment, which of course we're not going to do. Let's go into the tech tree. We want to go to hover vessel. You know, and I thought about skipping this and just going straight up to small vessels. But the thing about that is, can we even make small vessel stuff in the portable? Yeah, we can. Oh. We can't make thrusters in here, though. That's really weird. Why would it let us make small fuel tank? Are the thrusters interchangeable? They're not in the vanilla game. Placeable on HV. No. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess that explains it then. We can't even make a small vessel until we have at least probably a small constructor, if not a large constructor. So hover vessel it is. And so, yeah, we just need to upgrade it. The other thing we'll be able to do once we do get a large constructor in place is we'll be able to make Gatling guns that we can then put on our hover vessel. And from there, you know, it's going to make farming woodwalkers and scorpantuses and all that other crap much easier. We will no longer have to do it by hand with handguns and so forth. So let's go back into here, and we want to make sure that we know everything. So let's see, we got to learn. We are in hover vessel, RCS, small thrusters. We don't need to worry about anything more substantial than that for the moment. I'm going to try and do all of this with just the basic generator because, you know, we have to be careful of fuel consumption and also CPU. Now, can we make minigun turrets in these guys? We cannot. Oh, wait. No, we're looking in the wrong place. No, it doesn't look like it. So if we put the hover filter on and then put the weapons thing on, nothing shows up. So it doesn't look like we can even make, minigun turrets in here. Alrighty then. Let's go back to here. We will, we will eventually learn that and so forth, but all I really care about right this moment is an ammunition controller, and we're going to have to learn the container controller so that we can learn the extensions. Ooh, we could do a drill module too. Oh, we got tons of points. I mean, we're going to want it eventually, right? That uses 900 CPU, that uses 225. Yeah, that's a little bit out of our reach at the moment, I think. We need to hover engines. Hover booster uses 25 CPU and 5 watts of energy. Yeah, we might consider that. No point in doing a harvest module unless it actually works on a woodwalker, so yeah, I think we'll pass on that. And fortunately, it's not a prereq to anything else either. We could do an armored cockpit, but we're gonna need titanium and cobalt for that. So yeah, that's a bit out of our reach right at the moment as well. Okay, so I think that gives us everything we need for this next part. Hover constructor. Can we make a hover constructor in here? We can. Okay. That would be useful because I believe you can make food in these, but I would say not essential because, I mean, we can make just a portable constructor for 5 iron ore and carry it with us if we need to make food. So I don't think that's necessary at the moment. All right, let's do this. So we want, this is all of our base stuff that I'm just kind of sitting on right now. What we want is 4 hover engines. Let's hope and pray that we have everything we need to do all of this. We're going to want, I think I'm going to put 2 thrusters in back and then 1 on each side and 1 in the front. So we're going to need a total of 5 thrusters. And one of the reasons why I want to put 2 in back, even though 1 would probably be adequate, is because there are some very, very steep canyons on this map. And, because you can't see more than about, I don't know, 50 yards in front of you, sometimes you could fall in them. And I want to be able to get back out in case that happens. So we're going to need a little extra thrust. Plus, that's going to help with acceleration and that sort of thing too. And moving us along. Okay, so we'll make those. And then, let's see, we wanted to make the ammo controller. Oh, are you saying we can't make that in here? We can't. Oh, man. Nope. All right, well, so much for that idea. I mean, it wasn't wasted points because we're going to need one eventually, but shoot. Okay. We could, excuse me, we could add an O2 tank. But there's no point in doing that, I guess, because there's no dispenser. I guess it would pressurize our cabin, though, right? Yeah, let's not worry about that. We have plenty of portable O2. We'll just keep relying upon that for now. The thing is I don't want to put a lot of effort into this vessel, guys, because it's just a stepping stone. We're not going to have it for a really long time. So, all right, well, I guess we need to wait for all of this to finish. So while that's finishing, I think I'm just going to go out and stay close, to the base and just gather some more resources while we're waiting. So once I have everything that I need made up, then I'll bring you guys back and we'll retrofit the hover vessel. So I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, guys, I thought I'd bring you back and show you that we found another pentaxid and promethium place. So let's hop out here and get this. I managed to kill 2 woodwalkers before daytime. This rogue planet, strangely enough, does have a daytime. It's just because of the game mechanics, because an actual rogue planet would not. It's kind of interesting too. I was watching a video on rogue planets, in real life, and if you guys don't know what a rogue planet is, it's basically a planet that has, for whatever reason, left its solar system and is just traveling through space, and it doesn't, orbit a star. And so because of that, of course, there's not going to be any light or heat to speak of because there's no sun. And it's very interesting, just to even contemplate such a thing. And in fact, some scientists even think that there could possibly be a rogue planet very close to our solar system. And the thing that makes them potentially dangerous is, you know, they're just moving through space at, you know, like a bazillion miles an hour. And if they happen, if, you know, one happened to be on a collision course with Earth, or even if it just entered our solar system, it could really cause some serious issues. So, yeah, interesting stuff. You know, astronomy and all of that kind of stuff, you know, is very fascinating to me. Of course, I never studied it or anything like that, so I don't really know much about it from a scientific point of view. But it's just very interesting how it all works, you know, in the universe and stuff like that. So, anyway, we're probably gonna get fairly close to the point of being full here. So I already put some stuff in our vessel. So let's see, I'm over 500 there. Let's finish filling the right rear. So the left front and the right rear is completely maxed out. So now let's do the right front. We'll put half of this copper in there, and then the left rear, just to try and keep things somewhat balanced out. But even if it's balanced out, you know, see how, I don't know if you guys can tell this on the video, but it's a lot more sluggish now. And you know, we can't put too much more weight in it before it doesn't perform anymore. And then, you know, I've run into this at least once too, where if we do happen to fall into a canyon or a gully and it's, you know, really heavy like this, we can't get back out. So, that's why we need to upgrade our vessel, get it to a real proper hovercraft with hover engines, which will be, you know, twice the height, so we'll have better ground clearance, but more importantly, can carry more weight and that sort of thing. So, all right, I want that copper, so we're gonna have to kill these scorpantuses here. Pretty soon, though, once we can get an actual constructor going, you know, then we can put Gatlings on the hover vessel, and we won't have to worry about these jerks anymore. Worry about killing them by hand, I should say. I need to try and time my resource forays to happen at quote-unquote night, because that's when the woodwalkers and the golems come out. And, you know, you might see like a bunch of bookmarks on my screen. That's because as I've been driving around, I've found all kinds of woodwalker spawns. So, you know, if we started at the, you know, right when nightfall hit, and then and just went around to all those spots, we would actually get a very good supply of wood, not to mention, you know, all the other stuff that they leave. All right. So let's head over to this copper here. I'm thinking that, excuse me, that our components should be done by now, assuming we didn't run out of resources. I'm actually finding quite a bit of copper. Oh, for goodness sakes, I just killed you guys. You can't come back. That's hacks. There's some copper right there. Look at that. 3 copper rocks right here. It's good stuff. There's an ambient noise that plays frequently on this planet, and it sounds like a footstep right behind you. And it always unnerves me because I think something's sticking up on me. Okay, how are we doing? We got a lot of weight left in our own inventory, so I don't think I'll put anything more inside of here, just because it's already pretty bogged down. I did find a couple of iron deposits too, These guys are actually outside of Xerax territory, but there are still some troops patrolling it, and this one too. So, you know, once we get Gatlings on the hover vessel, we should be able to go and take those troops out relatively easily, and then we have an actual iron deposit that we can get stuff from. I was going to look too. There's actually copper, silicon, and promethium on this planet too, but I'll bet you 90% of that stuff is probably in Xerax territory. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. There is a silicon. Let's grab that, and then we'll start working our way back to the base camp. Which is just dead ahead. Grab this iron here. Whoop. I'm gonna need to also get a bunch of stone too. I think we probably have enough concrete blocks made up by now, but what we're going to need the stone for mostly is the upgrades to armored concrete, because it takes quite a bit of cement to do that, and well, quite a bit for what we're capable of gathering at this point, I should say. So I need to go out and just do nothing but a bunch of stone, but that's partly why I want to get a real hovercraft going, so we can, you know, have more capacity to do that. Let's go directly towards the base camp. We'll stop if we see any more nodes along the way. Stones, I guess. Resource stones. One other thing, too, is there's actually a woodwalker that spawns right in front of our base, but, you know, of course he's not here now because it's not nighttime. But if it's nighttime and I'm, you know, if I've been out and about and I come back, he's all, you know, 9 out of 10 times he's just standing right in front of the base. So, you know, free resources, right? Wait, what am I doing? Got to go around this little lip here. Oh! How is he here? It's not even nighttime. That's weird. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just odd that he's out, because they don't usually come out during the day. Okay, so here's what... Since he's potentially going to drop quite a bit of wood on us, or for us, on us, yeah. Left rear, right front. Let's offload some stuff so we can... This guy does a lot of juking, man. He's also really fast, too. Alright, how much wood do we get? Only 5? Oh, man! Yeah, we got some sprouts and stuff, too. Okay, is this thing gonna move? It's barely moving. But, you know, we're right at the camp, so it's all good. Ah, alright. Coming back with a full load. Yep, she is way down, man. We're gonna need some O2 here. Okay, so let's just take everything that we can carry in our own inventory. That's it. It's funny how, you know, in this game, you know, your weight is not gradual. You just can move freely, and then all of a sudden you can't. Whereas in other games, you know, the weight will gradually get heavier and heavier, and you start moving slower and slower and all that sort of thing. Let's put the wood in here. I've been kind of using this one just to make plant fiber. because I believe, as I might have explained in an earlier episode, we don't really need wood for anything, by itself. But everything else we do need wood for comes from plant fiber, so we might as well convert it right now. Okay, let's put you two in there and get you cooked up. So we've got 4 hover engines and 5 small thrusters. Beautiful. All right, cool. Let's get the rest of our stuff first. Okay, so let's just start at the top. Left front, left rear 2. Let's put this stuff in here just because I kind of keep all the organic stuff in there. Right front doesn't have anything. Right rear has all of that. Okay, so we just have to remember we left off on right rear. We'll put all the ores in here. And that's a nice little pile of wood. Make me some plant fiber, baby. All right, let's go get the rest of it. Right rear 2 has nothing. Okay, so that takes care of unloading our vehicle, except for the refrigerator. So we're going to park it down here. Let's go get our components and upgrade this thing. I'm going to convert all of our ores into ingots, because I don't really need raw ore for anything at the moment. Actually, I was thinking about making another heater. We need 2 iron ore for that. That way I can just keep one in here, and then I'll carry one around with me. Okay, yeah, so let's make another one. I have 72 emergency O2s now. So yeah, we are doing very well when it comes to O2. Plus we have 34 of the big bottles now. Let's grab this stuff out of here. Alright, I'm going to take this one with me just so we don't have to wait for that other one. Alright, let's grab our multi-tool. And because I don't need the repulsor engines for any particular purpose after this, we might as well just salvage those and get the parts. Okay, you're going to be a pain in the butt, aren't you? You're going to go everywhere but where I need you to go. Oh, just about had it. There. Okay. We'll put that there, and then we'll just page down to position it. Didn't I put this on salvage? Okay, it is on salvage. There we go. I'm not sure what happened there. I thought I had put it on salvage. But there... do we want to actually hold those back? Why? Let's do that, actually. So let's page down this. And then I'm going to pick this one back up and move it back to retrieve blocks. Okay, that takes care of the hover engines. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna redo a couple more things here. So, let's actually here. Let's do this first. Salvage. Okay. So we can't use extensions yet because we can't make them. So what I want to do is let's pull all of this stuff off here. Let's pick up the detector. Take the light. Oh, shit. I'm still on salvage, aren't I? Okay, that's all right. We can make more of those. Okay, now we're on retrieve block. You know, this little light down here, don't really need that. Yeah, we'll leave it on there. Okay, let's retrieve the cockpit. And I want to move the refrigerator into this spot. But it's got a bunch of stuff in it. Can we hold everything that's in there in our own inventory? No, we cannot. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, doggone it. That. Get up there. Okay. You have to do one little quick hop and then one big hop to get in there. Let's put all of the component items in there. Okay. This... Let's transfer all of this over to here. Cut it out. Breathe, man, breathe. Okay, we're going to pick that up so we can put stuff inside of it. Oh, what did I need to make? I need to remake a light and a detector. So we want hover vessel, a light. Actually, let's make 2 lights and a detector. So yeah, we'll let that cook up whilst we go back out here. Okay. Okay, that's probably enough for us to empty this out now. And, ooh, we're still pretty full, aren't we? I want to keep that stuff in my inventory because we need to use it here in just a second. Okay, that should be good enough. Stand next to the heater. Okay, you are on retrieve block. Let's put you right there. And then we're going to take our cockpit, which is this little guy here, and stick it right down there. So we're a little bit lower profile now. So we have an exposed core. We should probably cover that up. Did I, like, salvage all of the blocks that I took off there? I think I did, didn't I? Can't take me anywhere, man. Yeah, we did. Okay, let's put all the food back in the back first. Mini fridge. All the food and all the organics, well, except for plant fiber. Man, when the time comes for us to do a garden, we're going to be in pretty good shape when it comes to sprouts. We will indeed. Okay, so that gets that stuff put away. Let's go ahead and do our thrusters. So we could put... I mean, I'm going to eventually replace all these storage things with extensions. But right now, this is the best we can do. So we'll put those there. What we could maybe do is move these guys forward one. What is this? This is left front. Okay, we'll put one thruster here. This is right front, I'm assuming? Yes. And then we'll put this thruster here, and we'll put two lights next to it, so we have a little bit more light in front of the vessel. So we're using this storage box. Put that there. Put that there. That's left front. Right front. All right, I think, except for the two lights and putting the detector back on, we're in pretty good shape. I'd like to cover the core. The rest of it, you know, I'm not too worried about, because we're not really going to go into combat with this vehicle, and as long, you know, and the thing I've noticed too, as long as I stay away from Xerak's territory, when you start getting around in here-ish, you start seeing soldiers. But out here, I have not seen a single soldier, not once, not a drone or anything. So it's very safe out here in terms of, you know, being attacked by the enemy. I mean, you know, you still have to contend with the wildlife and stuff, but yeah. So I just don't want to weigh this down or increase CPU usage and that sort of thing by adding blocks unnecessarily at this point in time. So that's the plan, man. Let's go grab the lights and the detector. And I want to put some blocks on here too. Do we want to go with composite blocks? That uses carbon substrate. So that's going to use plant fiber, which is probably the most precious resource we have, and stone. Steel blocks is just going to use iron. Yeah, I think we'll just do some steel blocks. So let's queue up 10 of those. Okay, so we'll let those cook up. how about if we put some angled lights in just for funsies? There, that gives us a little wider coverage than what we had with just the single light. And I like that the thing's a little lower to the ground now too. It's a little lower profile than it was before, so that's good. Very basic, but hey, you know what? That's all we need for now. That's all we need for now. I think I'm just going to carry this guy with me. Let's put the detector, El Detector O, right there, I suppose. And we'll group everything. Alright, let's go get the steel blocks. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Get our body temperature to 77. Okay. So we just do a little hop and a little skip and a hop. Hop and a skip. So now we have a total of, we have 588 copper, 453 silicon, and 685 iron. That's not bad. I'd like to have a little bit more than that, but that's not bad. Let's take... We've got 21 biofuel. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to this for now. Because we're gonna need quite a bit of that when we start doing the base. Plus, it's nighttime in 20 seconds anyways, so I'm going to probably go hunt more woodwalkers. Alright, so we're just going to block this in for now. We don't need anything fancy schmancy. So, I would kind of like to keep the low profile look here, though. What is that thing going? Put that there. That there. And then we'll pop these guys in. Like so, just so we have a little protection for our scanner. And I think that's good. We have our armor locker down here. I think that is adequate for the time being. Let's hop in it real quick and see how balanced it is. This is cool because now we can go 3 meters off the ground instead of a 1.5. Gives us a lot more clearance. Okay, so that's holding O. I'd say it's pretty well balanced because we're on a little bit of an incline, so the hover vessel is just matching that. Oh, you know what? We didn't put the booster on here, did we? If we do that, we'd probably put it where that light is. Or we could maybe make 2 boosters and put one on each side. That might even give us a little more, a little more boost. That's what I'm trying to say is boost. It gives them a little more boost. We could even put a light in back, I guess. You know, maybe what I'm going to do is let's move these guys out. Try to see if that makes that much difference. I think it does a little bit. It gives us just a bit of a wider cone. And look at that. We have 2 blocks left. How fortuitous. Alright, cool. So, new and improved hover vessel. Look at us and our bad selves. Let's take it for a quick spin here. She should be able to carry more weight now. Higher off the ground. Really good acceleration. And if we fall down into a canyon, you know, with these two thrusters on the end, it should be a lot easier for us to get out. Ooh, there's a golem. Whoop. The other thing, too, now, you know, now that we can go higher up, is I can actually stand on top of this and be a little safer from baddies. All right, what has he got? Ooh, nice. Cobalt and some magnesium powder. Okay, that's the prize right there, because we need that for several things, including a medical station. Once we can get a medical station... What? Oh, that's just the word. Once we get the medical station, you know, then that can also be our spawn point. And then we have, you know, free heals and that sort of thing, so... Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to let you go here. So what I'm going to do now is... Oh, man, this is so much nicer. Is I'm going to just continue gathering resources. You know, I'll just do that off camera. So what I'm going to do is just go around, get as much iron, as much copper, as much silicon, as many tree walkers, wood walkers as I can. And then also stone. We got to get more stone too. And then once I feel like I have all the resources we need, I'll bring you back in the next episode and we will start building our base. Okay? So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share out the video, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye. I keep looking at my webcam and you guys can't see me. I'm just used to looking at it. Okay, goodbye.